Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's WK Dad back again with Ebony and Ivory. New version, updated build. Start off with 3 Aether, 3 Erebus, 2 Curaz. Here's where it gets a little different. 3 Mithra. I'll talk about this in a second. 2 red layer, 1 blue layer, 2 effect veiler. Next up are the spells. 3 Pantheism, 3 Upstart Goblin, 3 Domain, 3 Monarch Storm Forth, 3 Emergency Teleport, 3 Tenacity, 2 Return of the Monarch, gotta get another Ultra, 1 of the Super Quantal Mech Ship Magna Carrier, the Super Quantum Field Spell, and finally 3 the Prime Monarch. And surprise, surprise, my build runs an extra deck. So for extra, we have Felgran, Alcé, Leopolis, Grinder, Double Guy Dragon, Magna Liner, use a red layer to go into this, especially with the field spell. Zenmayo, Crimson Shadow, Tiras, Adrius, Volcasaurus, Pleiades, Downward Magician, and Grand Pulse. So we'll go in reverse. This is really clutch because you know your opponents like to side in, mask and restrict against you. Emergency teleport, get the field spell, make this guy pop their mask and restrict, and then you can just go on from there. And even if you have no further plays, you can always overload for Downward. Same with Magna Liner. Can't use his effect when he has no material, or he can't attack when he has no material. Over the Guy Charger, and since this is recyclable, I run Double Guy Dragon. Other plays you can do is if, let's say, you have a red layer attached to him that you haven't used yet, you can tribute this for your Monarch, let's say Aether, and you can build your chain links, Aether dumps, and specials another Monarch. Let's say she gets another copy of herself. Red layer will trigger, bringing back Magna Liger, and then you can overlay for Guy Charger, and now you have an OTK on board. 28, 28, 26. It's pretty nasty. Now this means that you can't have used any of your cards that prevent you from using the extra deck, but a lot of times that can be easily be rectified by just using the domain to lower the level, you know, or let's say you had the Prime Monarch and Magna Liger, tribute them both off, and you know you get good damage that way, field presence, and I think it's worthwhile. And then back over the monsters a little bit. We'll go back to 3 Mithra. Now Mithra is great. More and more people are starting to cut Idea and Eidos, because the normal summon is what gets you. It's like the normal summon gets you every time. You only get one normal summon, and if Aether gets stopped, many times you have to just sit right there and scoop. Plus, with having so many normal summons in your hand, let's say you open a hand of Idea, which is great and all, but that's 2 cards you can't do anything with. You know, you can't normal summon them both. You have to wait a whole other turn, and you know you burn a normal summon. If that gets stopped, you know your play is done. Whereas Mithra, you can just special summon it from your hand, you know, not using your normal summon, and then when this is tributed, you get another tribute. So ideally, if this is special summon with return, you can tribute it, user effect, search, and then tribute it again. You know, there's been plays where I've gone Aether, search, special out, summon Erebus, you know, banish my pantheism, search domain, and then reveal tribute again. If you happen to have an Aether in hand already and you bring out Erebus, and then you search whatever. If you have the Prime Monarch engraved, you can special summon it, reveal, and tribute again. And you have a field full of monsters. I mean, just like that. It's the kind of plays, the kind of monsters you can pump out is pretty sick. And it's thanks to this card. Is the point I'm trying to get at. I'm not running any extra hand traps. I feel that Maxi is unnecessary. You kind of hope they stop under Maxi, but Valor kind of makes sure they stop. It lets you slow them down. And ideally, if you're playing a deck that can OTK you, you're better off saving your Aethers in hand and using, saving a Stormforth to just disrupt during their turn. So say you can have a Prime Monarch on board, and then you can Stormforth, and then when they try to go off and they summon a monster, you tribute them both off. You can disrupt, tribute off their monster, bring out Aether, and then in the case of an extreme emergency, you can clear 2 more cards by bringing out Curaz. Yeah, they draw, but you live that turn. And a lot of times what they've drawn, they can't necessarily put on board to threaten your field. And then Curaz comes back to your hand. And then if you so want to, you contribute, draw 2 cards, and get your engine started all over again. You can push for damage, you can set up. Just a lot of really cool things you can do with this setup. What I really like, though, is emergency teleport. Getting this card, and then just the variety of options it plays. I played a couple of games tonight at locals, and being able to OTK your opponent without even using any of your monarchs. I had a field of it was Liger, Grand Pulse, and I think and Pleiades. And it wasn't quite an OTK, but I mean, I had him locked out of the game. It was rather stupid. I started off the turn with Pleiades, and all he could do was set a back row and set a monster. So in phase, I popped his bounced his back row to his hand, and I just pretty much went off from there. It was pretty ignorant. Well, that's all I have today. If you guys like to see more examples, perhaps some combos, there's a couple of OTKs in the deck. Lots of ways to get draw cards. There are lots of ways to draw cards, and a few other tips and tricks. Just let me know down in the comment section. I'll be happy to share those with you. I finally got a full deck that I'm proud to be able to use in regional, and so I'm going to be going to a regional April 10th. You guys wish me luck. I'm going to be practicing a lot. I'm going to start attending one of our more competitive locals here in town, and get some much needed in real life practice instead of DN. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be sure to report to you. They'll be the locals are on Friday evenings, so it means I won't be streaming on Twitch because I'll be at locals. But the hope is that I'll be improving my gameplay, making much needed changes to the deck, extra deck, side deck, you know, as I get more in real life experience again, as opposed to DN. This is Dub K Dad, and I'm out, guys.